My name is Walid Mukarzil.
My name's Lueda Zain. No such thing as a typical week.
I think my dream job, if I wasn't working for P&G, would be...
Welcome to Meet the Leaders. I'm Katie Mills, and I'm getting to know a little better some of the senior members of our team at P&G Northern Europe. So let's welcome my guest today.
Hi, I am Radu Maftei, and I'm currently the Finance Vice President for Northern Europe and the lead team sponsor for our race and ethnicity, equality and inclusion work. I am currently sitting in our headquarters in Brooklyn, and I am wearing a navy suit. My pronouns are he, him. In a few weeks, though, I am changing assignments, moving into a new exciting role. I have been appointed the Senior Vice President and General Manager of Southeast Europe. I'm thrilled for this new challenge for a couple of reasons. One, it brings me closer to home. I am Romanian, and the cluster I will be managing includes 10 markets, out of which Romania and Greece will be the largest geographies. Two, it gives me the opportunity to broaden my skills and expertise as I transition from finance into a general management role. And three, I am very excited to continue to work with a very diverse organization. One of the reasons why P&G resonated with me for over 20 years now is the opportunity of continuous learning and growing in new assignments. Starting a new role every 3 to 4 years is an incredible opportunity to continue to develop new skills and experience new adventures.
What brought you to P&G?
Yeah, definitely between P&G and I was not immediately love at first sight. P&G offered an internship. I was very excited to join, definitely loved the company. The year after, the company offered the second internship during the summer. I thought was a fantastic experience first time, so I went again. And then once graduated, the only thing I knew was P&G, so I wanted to see if there are any other companies or any other work out there that would be of interest to me. I went and did a couple of internships in consulting companies and banking, realized P&G is an amazing place and came back for a full-time job. Been 25 years with the company since.
You've had a long and successful career at P&G so far. What keeps you here?
Yeah, two things I'm definitely enjoying about being at P&G. The first one is job rotation. Definitely changing roles and assignments every 2 to 3 years has been a great experience for me. The fact that they came in different countries, from Romania to United Arab Emirates to United States to Switzerland and now UK, definitely has been a big advantage. But equally, the roles have been as different as possible, from corporate finance to financial analysis to profit forecasting, even a couple of stints in brand. The fact that I kept moving around and learn new things was an amazing experience for me. The second thing I would mention is training. Definitely enjoying very much the fact that with every role you're learning a lot. You're learning in the job, but also we're learning quite a lot from the experiences the roles are bringing us.
What's the best thing about P&G that you would tell someone considering joining the company?
I think definitely would be learning and learning agility. We are putting people in roles with responsibility as of day one. Knowing that you have that ownership and that responsibility from the first week with the company, that you're going to be the CFO of the business we're throwing you in, is definitely quite an exciting thing to do. It allows you lots of learning. It wouldn't always be high. So obviously, we're learning through the risks we're taking and the failures we're having. But in aggregate, an absolutely great experience with great learning as of day one.
I'm sure you'd agree there's not really a typical day at P&G. So can you tell me what you've been up to this week?
Yeah, very different things going on in finance, from the business strategy and realizing what's going on in the external environment, the pricing we need to be planning in the market, how do we grow volume, how do we get to the value creation that we need. Definitely pretty exciting these days. Equally, having a look at the macroeconomic impact and what does that mean for our business, looking at the impact of the currencies, looking at the interest rates, checking in with the Bank of England on where the economy is moving next. All those are quite exciting. Equally, our corporate finance team keeps ourselves and me very busy looking at our pension funds, looking at what do we expect in terms of new legislation coming in. All those are extremely fun things to do. On the other side, half of my role is actually organization management. What do our team need to do next? How do we build skills? How do we build experiences? What would be the next assignment that would be perfect for someone joining finance? That's actually the part of work that I like the most.
Learning from failure is key to future success. Could you share an example from your career with us?
Yeah, definitely. Lots of learning experiences. I think those are the ones you enjoy the most, remember the most, and definitely stay with you. Two teaching moments that I think are quite relevant for me. The first one, I was running the profit forecast for one of the units, and we missed the quarter by about $1 million, which was 25% of what the unit was making. Definitely thought that's a pretty big failure in profit forecasting and might have a long-term impact on the career. I got a call from the boss the next day, and the question was, what happened? What did you learn? How do we make sure it doesn't happen again? And he never, ever brought that up again. So definitely appreciated both the understanding to we're learning in the role and the fact that it was definitely something that I paid attention from there onwards. Equally, I was overexcited in our preparation for the board of directors, where one of the roles was one sentence by country on what happened in the quarter, preparing the vice chair. I thought I got immense knowledge about China in the quarter. Therefore, I prepared the whole paragraph. It was another very good learning moment because the vice chair came back with, how much time do you think the board has for each and every country? How long do you think we can get into that? And if you were to pick one thing and one sentence, what would that look like? So definitely taught me prioritization to the next level.
Having a growth mindset is critical. How would you define it, and what do you do to keep yourself in this mindset?
Yeah, definitely. Focus on growth mindset is extremely important in my view. And it's really something that you can demonstrate at each and every level. For me, it starts with value creation. Where do you see the value creation in your role? Where do you see the business today? Where do you see the business in a year from now, in 3 years from now? What would be the pockets of sources of growth that you really see developing and you would want to go after? And again, those could be potentially defined as you get into the role, could be actually your own learning and experience as you go through it. So be quite experiential, be entrepreneurial, learn what is making the category or the customer tick, and really go after that value creation opportunities moving forward. Number two would be results. I do think focusing on activities is great, but actually you need to make sure those activities are coming to results in a medium and long term for sure. And three, diversities of the teams. I do think that they are a portion of growth mindset. And the reason for that is you need a very diverse solution set before you start getting into what do I want to do next. And I do think you're going to get to a diverse solution set if you have a diverse team around you to come up with those ideas.
If you weren't working for P&G, what would be your dream job?
I would manage a Formula One team. Big passion for Formula One. Definitely, I think those teams are incredible when it comes to precision execution, the management of resources, be it money, drivers, or engineers. So I would love the experience and having the opportunity to join the circuit of Formula One in all of their races definitely would be something that would excite me.
What's the most important thing you learned over your career?
I think there are two things that 25 years of P&G taught me. The first one is have a bit more confidence. When you join P&G, you're so young, you're so impressed and inspired by how smart people around you are. And at least in my case, tended to not necessarily bring all the ideas on the table right away. I do think our younger teams should do that. And those ideas are so much appreciated. So confidence would be number one. Number two, curiosity, really going and asking people around their opinion and their thoughts. It really brings such a broader set of ideas to the table. Unless you reach out, you would not necessarily get to all those insights. The people around you would have it. And the P&G people are absolutely fantastic. They're incredibly smart.
You're the team lead sponsor for our race and ethnicities work. What made you take this work on, and how do you approach moving the strategy and the work forward?
As I was mentioning before, I do think one of the growth mindset drivers is diversity of the team. So equality and inclusion has always been a passion. As we started looking at our inclusivity efforts in Northern Europe, coming to ethnic diversity, definitely something close to my heart, especially after traveling to many places of the world and seeing the opportunity is something that I offered to take on. Definitely enjoying the journey, and definitely lots of new things that I'm learning myself and we're learning together as a team. From our efforts on more diverse recruiting to our retention programs, including the Talent Accelerator and the Talent Navigator, to how do we bring more education and awareness to the journey of ethnic diversity. So all these are aspects very close to my heart. The more I get into it, the more I love it. So planning to continue.
Is there one thing about the company you would like to change?
I do think the company is continuously evolving. Definitely the P&G I joined 25 years ago is not the P&G we live in today. And that's a great thing. That's how the company was successful for 180 years. We continue to listen to our new hires. We continue to find new ways of doing things, new experiences, simplify things, bring new products, bring new categories into the portfolio. I love all that. So definitely I do hope that everyday P&G is changing, and I do hope everyday P&G is becoming more inclusive, more diverse, with diversity of products, and with a focus on what are the categories that are bringing us the highest value longer term.
So, what kind of thing do you do when you're not in the office?
Yeah, definitely enjoying London and the vibrancy of London. Quite a lot of restaurants, quite a lot of theaters, quite a lot of sporting events, from Formula One at Silverstone to Wimbledon to NFL games in London. They're all amazingly nice.
Where do you turn to for your inspiration?
Where do I turn for inspiration? A couple of things. Definitely doing quite a bit of news reading. Financial Times is always a good source of what's happening in the world. I think irrespective of where you're turning for inspiration, be it newspapers, podcasts, movies, I watch lots of movies, it's much more important to ask the question of how does that apply to me or to my job? And I do that very often. You read about artificial intelligence. What could that mean for my role at P&G?
What does force for growth and force for good mean to you?
I think definitely the interests of the company are so intertwined to those of the employees, stakeholders, shareholders, and the communities we operate in, that the force for good, force for growth are one in my mind. They're not separate. I think the perfect example for that was actually during the pandemic. The company has been doing extremely well from a business standpoint. It was also the moment when we really had to step up our impact on communities as well, from the antibac production at our London plant to donating masks to the NHS, to really having to rethink the way we operate in a way that is safe for the employees. So definitely thinking the work on helping the communities we're part of is extremely intertwined with the way the company is thinking of the future growth.
So Radu, as you are moving on to pastures new, what legacy would you like to leave as you move on from the Northern Europe business?
In general, a finance leader legacy is built on their ability to develop business results, establish strong planning processes, manage risks and governance effectively, and build and develop a team that is knowledgeable, expert in their field, and can carry the success for years and years to come. I am proud of the progress across all these vectors, but the one that I am the proudest of is the fact that I'm leaving behind an organization which is far more diverse than when I started. We have widened our recruiting efforts. We have widened our partnership with universities. We have now a much more representative organization of the people who buy our brands. I also feel that people have equal opportunity to develop and thrive at P&G, regardless of their background or ethnicity. The work we have done with partners like Black British Business Awards and the various development programs are laying the foundation to level the playing field going forward for everyone. I will ensure that the work I have led on race and ethnicity does not end here, and we will hand over the reins to a new leader sponsoring the work.
Thank you for watching this episode. To watch the full series, go to pg.co.uk, or to find out more about careers at P&G, visit pgcareers.com.